Big boy on the rails. Hello everybody and welcome back to Old Friend Decrepit. In this installment we're going to have a look at some locomotives that look like they all come out of the same mold. Well, mostly because they did. What I'm looking at here, we're going to look at them a little closer. We're looking at the 224E pre-war, 1666. This particular one is a post-war, though it did come out in the pre-war, and a 1664, also a pre-war. So we're going to have a look at these. We're going to talk about the different things about them, and we're going to run them. And I'll just add while I'm talking about these here, and you tell me what you think. When these three came out in the pre-war era, they came out as all in 1 year. But the next year, another locomotive came out of the same mold. So my question to you is, do I leave well enough alone with just the three, or do I go on the hunt and see if I can't pick up the fourth sister of this group of locomotives? So enjoy the video and thanks for watching. Now, these are the three that we're looking at in this video. And what you have here is the 224E. You've got the 1666. Now this is a post-war version, and this is the 1664E. Now, you're probably a pretty good judge of locomotives at all. And looking at these, you're saying, well, they're all the same. Well, I'm glad you saw that, because I purchased this a few years ago at an estate sale. And then I've been on the lookout for one of these for quite a while. And this one I bought on the spur of the moment. Now, in 2024, at the Beatrice train show, I ran into this 1666. Now, I had been looking for a 1666 for some time, and I found one at an affordable price. It had a couple of issues, but I thought there's nothing there that I can't jerry-rig something on. And then after I picked this one up, I went down to the end of a table. Might even have been the same vendor, but a little later, as I was making my last trip before I left the building, I ran into this 1664. And I thought, that's a pretty good looking locomotive. So I bought it. And then didn't think anything of it. And a few months later, I had this 1664 and the 1666 both out, and I thought, well, they look just about identical. And I got to looking, and the casting is exactly the same. And then a little later, I found, the 224E is that same casting also. So did a little research, very little research, and found that 1938, Lionel brought out all three of these. Now, this 224E, it's got the Baldwin drivers. It's got the actual bell on a bracket. But other than that, it is exactly the same. Now, the 1666, now I don't know what the pre-war 1666 looked like, but this particular one has just this bell shape here, rather than an actual bell on a bracket. And it has the spoked wheels. The 1664 also has the spoked wheels, but it has the swinging bell on a bracket. Now, it makes me wonder that this 1666 wouldn't have had the same. But I thought, isn't that something? That you would have three of the same locomotive all in the same year. Now, there is one little difference here. Well, actually a big difference. This is a 2-4-2, whereas the other two are this 1666 is a 2-6-4, but I can't verify that that's the actual way that one came. But I know this is the way the 224E came, with the 2-6-2. So I thought that was really something. But I suppose for different sets, for different price ranges, it made sense. Rather than to have separate castings, Lionel had all three of these, and they all came out that same year.